Hello everybody, welcome to another video. This is my complete thoughts of 2007 servers and all of that. Now, I have a few things to say before this video starts. Number one, I know that everybody won't agree with me, but that's fine, and you're entitled to your opinion, but please, and other things is, don't give me hate comments like, wow, your opinions are terrible, you would never blah 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 blah, because I'll just remove your comment and you might even be blocked from my channel, and there's no point. It doesn't affect me. If you want to give me comments, please be constructive, and yeah, constructive criticism is always appreciated. As well, this video may go a little bit fast and slow and all that. There'll be, obviously, you'll see different things on screen to help guide this along. Yeah. So, I guess I'll get started here. And yeah. So, I'm going to go through Jagex's standpoint and the player's standpoint. So I'm going to go through the pros and cons of both standpoints because I feel that it's about both people, and it's not just, well, there's so many more pros and cons, because, well, my list, there's kind of a little bit even. So, from Jagex's standpoint, the pros. They'll make more money if we don't hit the 500k or 750k mark. They'll make a lot more money, because it'll be $5 a month, and there'll be quite a few people that sign up for this thing. Another pro would be there's more old players coming back, more old and new players coming because they want the nostalgia and, yeah, they want to play the game they played in their childhood, which is awesome. But the cons, I don't know how to phrase it exactly, but it's not a good idea because now they're known as the first, well, maybe not the first, but they're known as a very big MMO that had to roll back their servers to make the community happy. And no, they didn't roll back the EOC servers, but they had to bring back old servers from 4 years ago, nearly, no, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, sorry, about 6 years ago, and they had to bring them back to make the players happy. That's a little bit, I don't know. I wouldn't want to invest or do anything with a company that would have to roll back their servers because, or bring back old servers because the community's not happy with them. It's a little bit too much. But, yeah, so that's kind of not good. But another con would be they might not make extra money. If we hit the 500,000 or 750,000 mark, they won't make extra money. It'll be a free thing. As long as you're a member in the regular game. So yes, they'll make some extra money for more new people coming back to play it, but they won't make extra money from players, which could be a downside to them, for them. And it puts people on the 07 servers with no Squeal of Fortune or Solomons, instead of being on the regular game with those advertisements blaring in their face all the time. So they're not going to want to buy things since they're not necessary. Well, they're not necessary at all, but in 07 servers, they're not going to be in the 07 servers, as they stated, hopefully. But they also stated that, like, that's not... If people are going to be playing 07, they're not going to be seeing the Solomons and the Squeal of Fortune, so they won't be buying things. So, it's very iffy as to if this really should have happened. But, again, you really can't read Jagex. You don't know what they're going to think. But alright, let's move on to the players. The pros. Well, you get your nostalgic feeling back. You're playing a game that you played in your childhood about 6, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, about 6 years ago. You played this game a while ago. Maybe you played in your childhood, maybe you weren't a child then, but you play a game that you used to play and used to love and spend hours and hours on end on. And as some YouTubers would say, and I would quote, that they would spend hours on it and they would lose sleep, or they would not be able to do their homework, or they'd let their grades drop, and things like that in school because the game was so great back then. Another pro is you can play it like a new game. Okay, it's a completely whole different game. It's the same game, yes, but it's a different experience playing the 07 servers. As a lot of people stated, and I quote, this game is a whole lot harder than the EOC is, and that's so true. It is a lot harder because companies are making games easier and easier now, and it's kind of disappointing, but that's what all companies are doing because people are becoming more lazy and they want an easier game experience. This is not just Jagex, this is most companies. Not all, but most. Another pro would be you could start from scratch. But this is also a con, because some people don't want to start from scratch. So but it's not an option, as I meant to say. You start from scratch. You don't have an option. You have nothing. But some people want maybe their levels they had. Some people don't want to start from scratch. So it could be a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it. There's no broken economy yet, which hopefully would never happen since the players control the economy. There's no bots yet, which is awesome. Well, I think some bots are already coming into the game, but they're working on them, as today they released a bot nuke of 20,000 accounts. So hopefully they're getting rid of bots, and hopefully nothing will ever happen in the 07 servers. Okay, so there's no Squeal of Fortune of Solomon, so from the player standpoint, they love that. A lot of players love that. Again, that could be a con, but I'm not going to put that in the cons because that's way more of a pro than a con. The cons, as I said earlier, you start from scratch. That is a pretty big con to some people. There's no stable economy yet. And because the prices are constantly changing, they've got about 100,000 people playing constantly, and not on the 07 servers, but about 50,000 on the 07 servers playing constantly, and that's a lot of people bringing in money. With the Silk Stall Trader, that's money bringing into the game that's not already in it. So that's something that you're not getting from other players. That's new money into the game. There's no GE yet, which could be a pro or a con. I'm not saying the GE I want. By the way, I'm not saying my opinion in this, but that could be a pro or a con. I probably will put it in pro, but that's a con for some people because they want the GE. I don't particularly like the GE, but I'm not gonna go into that. It's a split community. As much as players don't want to say it, and they hate saying it, and YouTubers don't want to say it, there is a big split community. There's a lot of people that love the evolution of combat. There's a lot of people that despise it. We can't agree to disagree. Okay, we can't agree. We can't pick something that we want to play, so we split ourselves. So we've got a lot of people. We got, like, let's say 25, 30,000 people on the EOC servers, but then 50,000 on the 07 servers. Some of them could be new players, some of them are not. And the reason I said 20 to 30,000 on EOC is because usually it's like more like 50, but there's a lot of bots still. I'm not going to discount the bots, so I'm going 20 to 30, maybe that much, maybe not, of regular players, but you never know. About 50,000 on the 07 servers. I'm not counting any bots yet, because I don't think there are very many yet to count. There could be, but I don't believe there's that many. Another con is there's more noobs coming back that haven't played in a long time. And this could be, I guess, a pro, if you really think about it like that, but I would say it's more of a con. That you don't want these people coming in and going, how can you give me free stuff, please? And stuff like that, because that's not usually what people want. Another con of these servers, from the player standpoint, is gambling. Yes, it's in the game. And it's kind of a problem. And going hand in hand with gambling, let me just mention this, is you can trade money between servers, and it's completely allowed. Jags mods have stated that it is completely allowed to trade money between servers. This could be a con, because some people, it could be a pro to some people, because they want to be able to get 07 money if they have a lot of money in the Evolution of Combat version. But some people, they don't want that, because they want to make the game challenging and play it from scratch, like it's supposed to be played. But gambling's in it already. They've found a way to gamble. It's not necessarily dicing, but they have clans that trade money from EOC to 07 with a middleman, and it's kind of like a gambling thing. It's kind of weird. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's quite interesting, I have to say. And I don't exactly agree with gambling, but I'm not going to go into gambling because I don't agree with gambling in video games at all. I don't agree with them even adding a gambling person into the game. But if they do that, that's fine with me. But I guess that's it. I guess all the pros, cons, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments section below. Please don't go, oh, your opinions are terrible, because really it's not my opinion. It's kind of the truth. These are the pros and cons. Again, you could think of all of these as a pro. You could think of all of these as a con. Depends how you look at it. But this is how I'm looking at it, as these are pros and cons. As I said, I don't think it's a great marketing, I guess marketing technique for Jagex to do this, because they're being known as the MMO that has done this, and I just don't think it's a great idea. But It's all their choice. Anyway, please leave comments as to what you thought of this video. Sorry about that, my recording cut out there. But please, again, please leave a comment as to what you thought of this video, and please let me know. Like, you can leave like 6 comments if you need to express your complete opinion. I want to hear everything everybody wants to say, because I like to hear what people want to say about this. It's very interesting. But don't go, again, as I said in the beginning, don't leave hate comments going, "You're terrible," because these are the this is the truth, and not just opinion. Anyway, some of it is a little bit of opinion, but it all depends on how you perceive it. Again, if you don't agree with me, it's fine. Don't agree with me. Anyway, please leave a rating as you see fit. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, again, as I said, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Thanks so much for watching.